Alright guys, you could already see what I'm about from the background of my screensaver. By the way, man, like, I'm not pulling no punches, bro. I'm telling you guys the truth off top. His name has always been, still is, and forever will be. Alright? Now, I've shown you how all your names lead up to his name that you tried to call in I shouldn't say all the names, but pretty much every name that you guys call out and say that that's the name of the Most High's Son. I've shown how even those names, looking them up where you look them up, leads to the original name. I've shown you this. I've shown you. Yasha, and Yah. Right there. Those two blue right there. And even then, the way that Yasha is spelled, that apostrophe at the end right there, is Yah. So it's Yashaya. Alright. Now, what's this video about today? Because that's just, I'm just drilling you guys over and over on this. But I'm going to bring you something of different perspective. I try to give you a different perspective every video. I should say I try. I only make a video when I have a more splendid perspective. You can watch my videos from the very first one to present and see how the progression has come. and even from the beginning, it was always the truth. It still is the truth. And tomorrow and the day after and so on, it shall be. So, I don't even have to do anything anymore. I don't have to. But I feel there's a different perspective out there for everybody. So I make a video. Every time that I make a video, I feel that it's just somewhere that maybe you guys can level. I try to level with you guys. Reason. Beg of you to please use your wisdom. Use the wisdom and search with all your heart the truth, and you'll see. So, today's video is going to be about we're going to go over to here. I'm going to type out Nissi. We're gonna because the name of the Most High is associated with his son also. So Moses, who his son was leading, made two big statements about the name of the Most High. First, he said, Haya Ashar Ahaya, Haya Shar Haya. All right. I am good, I am that I am who I am right, I always exist, I still do exist, I always will exist. That's what that means, literally. Because you just gotta look up the definition of Haya and look up the definition of Ashar, and you'll see. You'll see. But when you put them all together with no spaces, it's going to make you say Yashaya's name. Haya Shar Haya. All right. and it automatically says Yashaya's name. It actually in sentence Ha Yasha Ya Ashar Haya, the righteousness of Yah and the salvation of Yah. That's what it says. Haya Ashar is, my bad. Ha, if you take the Ha and then you put Yah, you take one of the A's out and just make it all one word with Yah Ashar. Just say Yashar. That's right. Meaning righteous. I am right. I am good. I am, like, that's all the good things, right? But then the RHA, the R connected with the next Haya at the end can go as Yashaya. So, and it don't even, you don't even have to, I don't even have to go there. I could just say, because the Most High, He tells you, salvation is righteousness. Righteousness is salvation. So He's saying when you call on one, you call on the other. He is righteousness and His Son is salvation. He is salvation and His Son is righteousness. So they are one and the same. When you call on one, you call on the other. So when you say Ashar, you're calling on good and righteousness. When you say Yashar, you're calling on good and righteousness. When you say Yasha, you're calling on salvation and righteousness and good. When you say Yashar, you're calling on salvation, righteousness, and good. Yashar and Yasha are the same. Hayashar, Haya. Haya Ashar, Haya. Hayashar, Haya. Hayasha, Haya. Okay, so the salvation of Yah, the righteousness of Yah, the goodness of Yah, even the law and the commandment is in there, because Asar is 10 for the 10 commandments. The strength of Yah is in there. Sarah, that's in there. Like, it's all in His name. But now let me take you to the step where Moses, the next step. So he already told you Hayashar Haya, right? Okay, boom. Now they translate it as Iyeh Esher Iyeh. Iyeh Esher Iyeh. They spelled it with ease, with the letter ease. Ayeh Asher Ayeh. Ayeh Asher Ayeh. I don't know any baby that cries like that. Well, I can't lie. That would be a complete and total lie. My youngest sister did cry like that as a newborn. And it did. And she was the first one in the world to say Yeshua and point at me. When she was still inside of the little walker. Yeshua. And she was pointing at her eye. She took her right hand. She took her hand. I don't know. Maybe it was her left hand. She took her left hand, and she was still a toddler. Like, toddler. No, like, not even be able to say my name yet. Couldn't even say her name yet. Barely. Like, she was not talking, like, she was barely saying mama, daddy, right? So, but as an attempt to speak, because she was talking, but she was still saying heavenly words. She wasn't saying our words, earthly words yet, except for mom and dad. But she was still speaking the language of the Most High. And left-hand side, female, she's the Iyeh. Eve, Iyeh, Kiev. You hear me? All right. So, Kava. So, that is the left-hand side, okay? The man is the right. The woman was taken from the left rib. Okay. So, this is that. Understood. She was pointing at me. She pointed at her eye and said, yeah. And then she pointed at me. And then she would finish it, shua. It was crazy. And I was laying on the floor looking up at her. I think I was like messing with the TV, but she had rolled up in her little walker and she was laughing and she was having fun, and I think I was talking to her or something. I was just like, I don't know, but she told me that. And she was like literally a baby you can't not really have an English conversation with, period. Okay? So I told you guys, I recognize, I pay attention, all right? Because when I looked back, when I found out when I used to say Yeshua back in 2006, when I first learned that I didn't know the name of the Most High, saying Jesus. That was the first thing that I said after Jesus was Yeshua, because I started looking up stuff in Hebrew. And that's where I found it from Moses. But it wasn't the translation in Hebrew. It was a transliteration. It wasn't a literal translation. It was a rendition. Let's say that. Like I said, it was left-hand side. They worship mother goddess. They worship Eve. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Let's go over here to what else Moshe said. Moshe said, Haya. Hada. No. Haya. I think it's Nissi. No, not spelled like that. No, that's Greek. That's Hebrew. I think I gotta take out that second H. Oh. My banner. I'm spelling it wrong. Let's get back to it. All right, my banner is, so they say Nace, Kiss, Kisse. Okay. My banner. All right, here it is, right here. Haya Nissi. All right. This is what he said. He said Haya Nissi. Remember, this is Haya. All right. And it is also Yashaya. All right. They may tell you it's Hova, but that ain't what Moses said. All right. They may say Hova. No, that ain't what Moses said. When you go down here, and the first reference is Yah. Haya. Okay? And that's to exist. And that's where you get Yesh from also, okay? Yesh and Yash. Yasha and Yesh come from Haya. Alright? Then when you call on one, you call on the other. When you call on Yash, you call on Haya. You can say yes, and it's going to go back to Haya. And I'm just showing you how everything goes to Haya. It goes straight back to Haya, right? All right, just letting you guys know. All right, I'm not making up anything. So let's go back to Moses when he said Haya Nissi, not Hova Nissi. What the heck they talking about? All right, Haya Nissi. Now, what I want you guys to look at is what old way of speaking, what kind of greeting does this sound like? Now, I'll give you one way. See, now I'm starting to see the truth. I'm starting to see, like, now, I want you guys to really, really bite down on this and eat this up, okay? The rulers of this world want to be worshipped as God, okay? Now, they do it in slight, subtle ways to, like I said, you'll be speaking in a whole nother language, but they will take the words from Hebrew and claim the titles. And you will call them, not knowing that you're speaking Hebrew, those titles, in great error. Make America great again type shit. Great error. Okay? Because you don't know. He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That means because you don't know what comes out of your mouth. You don't know. That's why we need protection. That's why we need prayer. And finally, and first and foremost, end all be all, you need Yasha. He said, because if sin did not exist, then there would be no need for salvation. But for the fact that it comes out of your mouth in great error, meaning you proudly speak in honor, boldly, with no fear, like a lawyer, like a lawyer. Lawyer. Let me look up something for you real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Yeah. Okay. Go back. Yeah. Okay. Do you understand this? Do you see how big this word is? Huh? Why? Why is it so big, huh? Why is it so big? Why do they make this? There's three definitions for it. Back to back to back. 3373, 3372, 3372A, 3374, Yira. Come on, man. Why is it so big? And then, so that's the end of lawyer. Now let's say the beginning of lawyer. Low. Actually, my bad. Let me just take that out of there like that. And they're not gonna give it to me. Yeah. Go low. Go low. We're gonna go low. And behold, Where's low? Where's low? Low, right here. Low means not, means no, right? Huh? Is that what it means? Means not, means no, huh? I think that's what it means. It says be low, halo, huh? Lilo. What's that mean? What's that mean? Oh, law. Phonetic spelling. What does that mean? No, not. So if that's the beginning of lawyer, law, yer. What is yer? The fear of Yah. Okay? They fearlessly speak blasphemy. Alright? So you speak like a lawyer in the court in front of the king. Your Highness. Your wholeness. Yahweh-ness. Yehovah-ness. Jehovah-ness. No. Highness. So what does that say? Your Highness. Your Highness. And we think it's because they're so high, right? Just like, oh, he's just higher than me, right? I'm so low. I'm nothing. Low is nothing, right? Exactly. Okay. Caste system, by the way. Okay. And it's a stage, caste, it's a Hollywood production. Hollywood. Okay. It's a caste system. You're the low. You're the background. You're the fiddle-faddle. You're expendable. Okay. Extra. Okay. Not important. But when you do speak, address the spotlight, the king, as your Highness. What in the hell? So, check this out, man. What is he saying? What is it really saying? Because it can be misconstrued, right? It can be misconstrued, right? It could be saying your Yah, your God, is my banner. Your Highness, right? Right? Because like I said, it's just Hova-Nessi, right? Or Haya-Nessi, my bad. It is Haya-Nessi. Highness, Highness, right? But when you put the yay, your, my bad, yay, your Highness, it is your God is my banner. So when you say your Highness, and they are like, they're your king, but they don't worship your God, you have literally aligned yourself. And especially for those that are not even, like, they don't serve a king, they're not even in the king's domain, they're not even in the king's country, and they just happen to come upon a king, and they're like, oh, your Highness, because you know how it is in the movies, that's how they try to make people learn to address royalty. Royalty is legion. Okay, so they want you to address royalty as, who is legion's God? Legion's God is Satan. Okay. All right. And yeah. So That's why English is made up of Latin. French was also Latin. And Anglo-Saxon, angels of Satan, and legion. Alright? Because it's all for one. Remember, that's how in the same court where you hear Your Highness, you heard the 3 Musketeers say, all for one and one for all. But then in real life you hear them all say, for the Queen. God save the Queen, right? Like I said, there's your mother worship, goddess worship type stuff, right? So, long live the Queen, right? So, everybody, meaning they will all sacrifice for that one, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're all in for that one. It's legion. The Queen and her legion. It's like minions, but legion. See, the movie Minions, those little one-eyed, I don't know what the hell you call them, little yellow shrooms or whatever. Anyway, with overalls on, those are legion. And they're very disgusting. You have no clue what you're looking at. I know what they're called. I know what they are. But I'm not gonna get into too much detail. Let's just say they're very disgusting how they are made, and they are filthy. They are an abomination. Okay? They are an abomination. And you worship them. Like 7 days a week, you worship Zeus. Because day is D-O, and D-O is Diaz. And Buenos Dias is good day, right? Good Zeus. God Zeus. Because God is good, right? Right? God is good. It's like Yasha is Hayashar Haya. So, and Yashar is Hayashar. So, you know, that's their way of saying Hayashar Haya. You know what I mean? Yah is good. Like I said, the goodness of Yah. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's right in your face, bro. Like, these guys make a point to just counterfeit, put it in your mouth, and make you chew it up, and feed it to your children like a bird, right out of your mouth, like a dang bird, right out of here. Just regurgitate it. Just throw the worm up right in their mouth. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, man. Because, like, you liked it. You know what I mean? You were raised on that. So you're going to show your children the minions. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, it's disgusting. They take what is not good and then make you pay for it so that you're responsible for it. It's success. So whoever else it hits, you are to blame. It's crazy. It's one of those, evil knows no ends. So it's end over end. Like, Foo Fighters try to tell you that. You know what I mean? Done, on the next one, end over end. That's Legion. Okay, all for one and one for all. They will go through all of you. Okay? Look, man, Look, Trump is even a part of Legion. All right, you can tell. You can just tell he's a part of Legion, 100%. Like, there's legions, and then there's legions, and then there's legions. That's what you all don't understand. There's leagues of legions. There's leagues of leagues, right? Okay. 10,000 leagues under the sea type shit. Soccer league, football league, Justice League. There's all type of leagues. So like I said, there's Legion, and then there's Legion, and there's Legion. There's, as it happens in heaven, so it is on earth. And then there's as above, so below type shit. You know what I mean? So you really got to look at it and see Legion for who they are, and how they wear you like skin. They just wear you like leather boots, leather gloves, leather mask, leather everything. Legion. You know what I mean? Dominatrix, dominion. They just go through you, end over end. Hostile. Remember the movie Hostile? They just pay some money and just go through somebody. Just go right on through them. Use them up. Next. They just... It's today's fuss. Everything that they're talking about, trafficking this and trafficking that. You gotta look at Hostel. The movie Hostel. The very first one. And even the second one. You'll see. That's Legion, man. Go look at the movie Fallen. You'll see. With Denzel Washington. You'll see. That's Legion, man. That's fallen angels and Legion. That's what they do. That's how they move. The children move like the parents, and the parents move to teach the children. Remember, they mouth feed them. They're feeding them you. Shit. At the end of the day, they're feeding them you. Like, we're the ones speaking their language, calling them onto ourselves. That's why I said, hey, like, we're born in this, so we need protection, we need prayer, you need Yashaya, salvation of Yah. Okay? It's just, those two words go together, easy. Like, they are the same, they are one. Legions of legions. So, but yeah, man, like either one way you're saying, when you say Highness, you're saying Yah is my banner. You know what I mean? Like, Yah is the Most High. There is no mistaking that. Highness. But when you go, and try to go Jehovah and all that stuff, and Your Highness, you know what I mean? Like, they even say your liege, my liege, or something like that. What do they say? You're my liege. You have my liege, or something. I don't know what they say. They're saying something like that. I remember how they talk. I be listening. I remember the children know how they speak in royalty, because it's our pastime. We learn how to speak different people's funny way of pronouncing things. You know what I mean? When we're watching these funny movies, we just pick up little vernaculars, My Fair Lady type shit. So I'm just saying, man, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, literally, like, it has to be, it's a My Fair Lady type of situation. Literally. Like, taking someone that is an untouchable, taking someone that is nothing, that is not, that is low, that is law. All right, legion, just a legion. And then teaching them to move like royalty. That's dressing demons up as angels of light. She was a foul-mouthed, wicked, snarling ass lady. Hood rat, pretty much. They had her speaking like she was, like they had professional vernacular. Detectives couldn't even detect where she was from because they taught her well. Dressing up as angels of light. Speaking properly. Very kind and courteous. No slander. Very tamed. Very taming, my bad. Very taming. Very dominant. Dominion. Dominating. Very dominating. Captivating. Entertaining. To entertain someone is to dominate them. Because you hold the cards. Like Trump says. Entertainment is the highest form of exorcism. You cannot perform an exorcism without a deal. A deal has to be made. And in order for a deal to be made, you have to entertain the one that is captivating the host. You have to entertain the offer. Entertain the pitch. You have to make it entertaining. Hold the attention. Attention grabbing. Demons are just fresh out of hell. They don't want to listen to you about going back in. But you got to entertain them. Only the truth. And they started speaking to him in Latin because that's how demons talk. Come on, bro. Get out of here. You can't kick him out by his own tongue like that. Nope. Nope. Gonna have to go back to Yashaya. Go back to the tongue of the Most High. Hayashahaya. Kadosh, Kadash, Kadesh. That's holy. That means they're one. Kadosh, it's like code. Code means connection, means bond, means they match, mean it's a code. You know what I mean? Binding. You know what I mean? It's bound under code. It's locked by code. Okay? Like a lock that you gotta put in a code to unlock. Yeah. By code. That's how the universe is. Yashaya, Hayashar, Haya, Kadosh, Kadash, Kadesh, code, Kadosh, code, Kadosh, Kadash, Kodesh. Yeah, now you see what code is. Yeah. You're speaking English over here, right? No, you're speaking Hebrew. You don't know. Like I said, my people are destroyed for knowledge. Can't crack the code. You're bound by code to allegiance with the angels of Satan and Legion, Latin, Anglo-Saxon. You're bound by code because you're speaking in their code, speaking in their tongue. You're speaking Latin. We're speaking Latin. What is Latin? It's just Hebrew, but just in a blasphemous, perverted form. What's Anglo-Saxon? Oh, it's Hebrew, just in a blasphemous, perverted form. It's the mother tongue of Latin. Or the father tongue. Whatever kind of androgynous tongue of Latin. Alright? Latin is the children. Legion is the children. And the angels, Anglo-Saxon, were the parents. Remember? Legion is the disembodied spirits of the fallen angels' children. who are called titans, giants, witches, warlocks, all types of abominations, Frankensteins, hybrids, disembodied spirits because their souls could not pass on, cursed to walk the earth. Like I said, go and watch the movie Fallen, because it talks about the fallen angels, but it is also a direct representation of their children, because the Father is the Son and the Son is the Father. That's why it's referenced so much in the Bible when Yahshua and Yah tell people that they are just like their father, the devil, or their father, the dragon. No wonder they dress up as angels of light, like their parents. No wonder they are like their parents. They dress up as angels of light. It tells you. Father. Okay? So, yeah, man. Like they have this sleight of tongue, sleight of hand. They're slight. They're very slithery. Slithering. But yeah, man, this is what I wanted to touch on today. Is Highness. Now, I want you guys to know something else. There's a place in the world called Tennessee. Alright? Tennessee. Okay, so if this means Haya, it means Yah is my banner, right? It means the Most High is my banner, right? Right? Alright. So if that's what that name means, okay? The Most High is my banner. Alright? It could be Yashaya is my banner. Yashaya Nissi. Yasha Nissi. Because you call on one, you call on the other. Okay? So, Yashaya Nissi. Yasha Nissi. Alright? So, like I said, there's a place in America called Tennessee. Now, I already told you that there's the dragon. Alright? Alright? It is. That's the dragon, right? You can do tannin, you can do tinnin. It's gonna be there. Tane, tin, tan. It's it's easy to see that the dragon is the T and the N. Alright? It pretty much just like lets you know that it's not a good look. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. Alright. So I'm trying to get to, so they got so many different tans up in here. Tanyan. Like D'Artagnan. Oh, remember that? We just spoke of the Three Musketeers earlier, right? D'Artagnan. Tanyan. Oh, D'Artagnan. Well, what do we have here? But yeah, man, we can do tame. I can just say dragon. Tannin, Titan, Leviathan, Intanin, tan. That's why I always try to like get you guys to see how when the word repeats over and over and over. No, what's this? It's oi. It's E from oi, but pronounced yesh. See, now they tripping. So it's hilarious, man. It's just hilarious. It's hilarious. It's just hilarious. That's all I gotta say, man. I get it. So essentially, the dot on the I is the apostrophe, and the body of the I is the X, or the ox. That's funny. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me go back to that real quick and see what Yeshaya says about this. And how the jackals in their citadels and jackals in their palaces, pleasant and is near to come her time and her days, not will be prolonged. See? Calling them out. Those people, that body. Alright. So, sea serpent. Leviathan. Nakash. Saraf. Okay. Well, it's what I wanted to look up, so I think I got to the basics of what I was looking for. I know that 10 is a part of it also. So when they say 10 Nissi, like I've already said this in a video before, but I want to stress this, guys. When they're saying Tennessee, the name Tennessee, okay, they say that, the natives of the land said that this is where the river bends, so that's what the name Tennessee means, right? But there's a lot of serpent worship around these areas, right? You know what I mean? Hell, you got Serpent Mound just over in Missouri, right there, St. Louis. All right, so that's just closer you get to the water, the more serpent. Like back in the day. In Tennessee Valley, come on now, Mississippi, come on now, you got pyramids and everything over here. All right, So think about it, bro. They worship the serpent. Alright? Where the river bends? No, bro. Tennessee means the dragon is my banner. It's like saying the Jordan is my banner. The river is my banner. Oh, where the river bends. Maybe somebody mistranslated. Because how you gonna have bends and banner confused? Because Nissi, Tennessee. Alright? And you can even go as far as to say Loch Ness Monster. Nessie. That's the nickname of it, right? Nessie. Nessie just means banner or branch. Alright? So, let's say Tennessee or Tennessee. You're talking about a sea dragon, a serpent, okay? Nessie. No, they're giving me the English 10, but they're not giving me the Dragon 10. But I found it somewhere around here, so I know it is definitely 100% connected. But yeah, that's why they made out the number 10, bro. 10. It's not supposed to be 10. It's called Yod. Alright? Yod. Yah and Yod. Alpha, Omega. Okay? So, beginning and end. Alright? So you have, instead of Yah and 10, Yah 10, come on, bro. It's Yah and Yod. And Yod is the same symbol as Yah. It is an apostrophe. The number is the same symbol as the word Yah. The letter, the symbol for Yah, is the same symbol as Yod. Alright? Just to make it clear to you guys. So yeah, man. Like, and then Tennessee's known for the volunteer state. Ain't this? So the V is the B also. You know what I mean? Volunteer. Cannot really tell the difference because it's the same. Okay, it's like I said, bro. It's the same. So ball. You already know who Ball is. So Ball is the dragon also. It's more of the behemoth, but the dragon kind of like represents the ball also. It's like the two beasts that are not to be worshipped. You know what I mean? Well, there's three beasts in Revelations. There's the dragon, there's the beast out of the sea, and then there's the beast out of the land. Because the dragon is a beast himself. Okay? What the heck? I had something crawling on my neck all weird. But anyway, earwig. Earwig made it up to the nape of my neck. I guess they really do go for ears. I seen one flying the other day, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy. Nymphs. How the heck? Anyway, alright. So, yeah, man, like, the behemoth is a beast. And it talks about the behemoth letting the river Jordan run over in its mouth or through its mouth, and it doesn't bother it. It's interesting, very interesting, because the dragon and the behemoth, the way that they face each other, it does seem like the dragon is either wrapped around the behemoth's mouth or the dragon is in the behemoth's mouth. It's like they're biting each other. It's like the dragon is trying to eat the behemoth and the behemoth is it's like the dragon is trying to swallow the behemoth, and the behemoth has got a good grip on the dragon with his right hand, if I'm not mistaken. And also his mouth is up near the the dragon's right wing. So I'm pretty sure his mouth is I'm pretty sure, like, the dragon is the Jordan that goes through his mouth. Alright. It's like a bear carrying a sword in his mouth. Like that. That would be crazy if you had a bear that could pull a sword out of his mouth, like out of his stomach type stuff, like how that would be faint worthy. Run up on a bear in the woods and he pulls a sword out of his mouth. Oh, you have a very, how do you say, a very respectable gentleman of a bear. He's gonna use proper utensils to devour you. You're gonna wear a bib also? Dang. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hey, at the end of the days though, you never know, bro. You never know. A sword coming out of the mouth. You know what I mean? It's not the first time we heard of this in the book of Revelations. But yeah, the behemoth. Flaming swords. Wow. Crazy. So yeah, man. The dragon and the behemoth Baal, because the behemoth is also Baal, who they worshipped as the bull, and Baphomet, the golden calf, the golden bull, the golden era, in the desert as they were leaving Egypt, trying to sacrifice their children to, as they were trying to abandon the Most High. And then the desert opened up and swallowed them. The ground just opened up, split and swallowed like a third of the congregation, damn near, if I'm not mistaken. And they went to cities of the underworld. You know what I mean? Mud flood. They went down there. So yeah, man. And the dragon I think that's why people are not supposed to worship the sun. Because when they talk about the earth and they talk about dragons, remember Lucifer was in the heavens and fell to the earth, right? So, like, and there's one of two things going on, or maybe both, but there's definitely one of two things going on. Either the sun is the spiritual representation of the dragon, which would be I guess a good representation of the dragon, or the sun is the eye of the dragon that you see on the earth, and we are inside of the earth, and on the map they show you plain to see that he has one eye above the water and one eye going under the water. Let me take this real quick and just clean this up real quick. Take that off. Alright. Back. Alright. So, one eye is above and one eye is below. Now, they say that this right here is 6 miles from here in that shadow right there. There's 6 mile elevation from bottom to top. So from here to here, who knows? But the thing is, what I'm saying is, this could very well be an optical illusion. This could just be a mold. Okay? A mold that has been well formed. Because this is where the head comes out right here. It comes out right here. Right in present day, modern day. They're saying that part that I just showed you is, you see how this goes like that right there? How that arc goes like that, and then it connects all this right here? That's his mouth in today, right now, today's world. That's this area right here. This see how it spins around right on his mouth? Yeah, that's because that's his mouth. Alright? Now, for that to be like that, what I'm saying is, as far as the sun goes, now what did they call Japan? They call Japan land of the rising sun. Okay. Now, his right eye is under the water. His left eye seemingly above the water. There's even an island that sticks out. Okay. So if you're on the other side of the world, that right eye would not be on this side. It would be on this side. And about right somewhere around here. This is a jaw. This is a dang jaw. This is old boy's jaw, man. You can just tell, man. He's there, bro. He's not playing, man. That's a dragon. And you're looking at his legs and stuff, and his tails, and his wings, his arms. So, and his body and stuff, and his penises and breastises and weird type of hybrid weird stuff, okay? So, yeah, man. If his right eye is below the water down there on that side, and his left eye is above the water down there, then that means his right eye should be sort of kind of above the water up here, above the land-ish up here. Somewhere around here, his eye can pop up. All right? Now, what I'm saying is that there is, when they say as it is in heaven, so it is on earth. Well, the sun could be a spiritual body of a dragon who has one eye in this world, and one eye not in this world. Remember, they like to say, oh, it's a binary sun. All suns are binary, they say. Okay. So, with this in mind, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, because I think I just hit I'm not gonna call it an epiphany. I think I just hit something solid, like the truth, a rock solid truth. I think the last thing I said was I won't discredit what I said about this map, but what I just said about the sun and one eye being in this world and one eye being not in this world. Remember, the Most High said 1 foot in this world and 1 foot in the kingdom is not good enough. So how does the dragon get tossed back down to the earth? All right. Or is the sun the eye of the Most High, who, he says, he's like coming through the door, and then when the second son comes, that's his second eye that comes, like he's gonna come, and then that's gonna, like, that heat is gonna destroy the earth. I don't know, but something about the sun is starting to make a little bit more sense. Now, the moon was a counterfeit of the sun, a copy of the sun. The moon is a physical and the sun is a non-physical. The sun is a spiritual and the moon is a flesh. As far as we are told. So, if the sun is the Most High's son, Yasha's eye, or the apple of his eye, and he's entering into this from the heavens through the, like, coming through, the veil is dropping or something, and only one eye is being revealed so far, and the other eye is about to be revealed or something. The full body reveal. I don't know. Or maybe the moon is the dragon's eye, other eye. I don't know. The spiritual eye of the dragon. Supposedly the moon hovers around the sun, the earth, like a satellite, and the earth around the sun. Such and such and such. Legions and legions. So yeah, pretty much I'm making a video. Have a blessed day. But pretty much you gotta look at it with open heart. You know what I mean? You can't be closed heart, closed minded, closed mouths. And you speak on it and you share it, and someone hears this. The Most High already knows somebody's gonna hear this, I suppose. So therefore, He puts the truth in it. Where there's two or more, He is. Pretty sure He's gonna put the truth in it because there's people watching me, and not in my best interest also. So it's for them also. But on that note, I hope you guys have a blessed day, as I said. And yeah, go back and comment on the highlights of the video so I know what needs to be elaborated on, or if you guys, appreciate the effort that I have answered the call with. And on that note, like I said, have a blessed day, guys. To the Rabbi Hayashar Haya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh. To the Rabbi Yeshaya Kadesh Kadash Kadosh. To the Rabbi Heb Ruach Hakma Aseya Kadosh Kadash Kadesh. Ashar Yesharun. Anami Amen.